I teach at a county level. All my kids are at risk for one reason or another. And as I'm traveling around the state this year, I'm the first special education teacher in Oregon. So I've had a chance to meet a lot of people. And one thing that I'm consistently hearing, because it's special ed, is the standardized testing. And I know your position very well. But what I'm seeing consistently are people very discouraged working with at-risk youth because they know their kids are not going to perform well on those at-risk tests, or I'm sorry, the standardized tests. My students can't really even get a score. They don't even have testable IQs, but yet we continue to standardize test them, which I don't understand, but we can talk about that some other time. But I'm hearing a lot of special ed teachers saying at this point, they really feel like they need to get their general education license and move out of special ed. My state has a waiver, and I've been told that this year, or next year as they do those evaluations, because my kids are 18 to 21 and there are no testing in those grade levels, that I will get a 0 in the area of my evaluation, which means I started at 90, and I'm not at 90. I'm 100. I like to do that extra credit and get 100. So there's a growing frustration in the special ed community about the testing. So I feel that until we can address a standardized test or a form of testing that will include those students who can't do a standardized test, we're going to see teachers bleeding out of the special education system. Some amazing teachers. But like me, they're overachievers and they don't want to start at the bottom. They want to be up here, and there's no way to get there.
Thank you, Greg.
Joe Father, Illinois Teacher of the Year, so it's been a long time. But one of the things I'd like to talk to you just a little bit about, and I think it's a project we can work on right now, is rebranding the profession. And this is something that you have some of the brightest minds in America here willing to work with the Department of Education. And if you go out right now, and I know you know these schools well, Eastern Illinois University, University of Illinois, I believe Illinois State University, their ed programs are down about 40%. And I've been surveying my kids for the last several years, and my kids used to be about 20% of the population, now about 3% are looking at becoming teachers. So I think the first thing we need to do is rebrand the population, or rebrand the profession, and really look at what great teachers can accomplish and make these people the faces of teaching. With that said, once we start attracting that talent, then we've got to start helping them understand why go to high-risk communities. I know you've done a lot of work in the south side of Chicago. I spent a lot of time in the southern part of the state. Different needs, same problem. And so I think working together with this organization to say, can we identify those needs? Can we develop a marketing and a branding strategy that it would help you be able to push out? Because the difference, I think, between us right now as a fledgling organization is this: our distribution model is still small. Yours is grand. So if we can work together with that, I think it provides a lot of opportunity for a lot of young kids that we can get into the field.
Thank you, Jim. One more and then we'll move on. Oh.
Hello, I'm Wainwright from Delaware, 2014 State Teacher of the Year. And I know that we need to get excellent teachers into these areas you're talking about. Have we considered at any large scale some of what I'm going to call non-tangibles, like offering a stipend towards housing to support your family to move there, or to double up on pension years to let those people move through the system a little quicker that have served in some of these at-risk areas. Things like that are a little bit outside the box, not just salary, but some things that improve the quality of life, because family is really useful, and teaching, very important to our teachers, but so is their family and the effect it might have on them.
Ashley? I really want to thank everybody for being so respectful of time, too. It seems like we're going to get to a large swath of answers, so thank you for limiting your answers and keeping that in mind when we do our questioning.
Hi, I'm Ashley Dreher, the New York State Teacher of the Year. And I have three things. One is that I feel that teachers would need to feel they have the support necessary to work in the environment. So the resources, the leadership is key in terms of who is the principal and do they have the vision needed to make an impact. The second is making an impact not only in the school educationally, but in the community. So returning to neighborhood schools, I know in Buffalo, we moved away from neighborhood schools, and it really did some damage not only to our educational system in Buffalo, but to our economy as well in the area where I'm from in upstate New York. So I think it's critical that teachers know they can make an impact in the community by having neighborhood schools and bringing families and parents into the schools or programs. And then the third is, I want to just dovetail on what was just said in terms of incentives. There's all different kinds of incentives that we can offer teachers. I know that as a national board certified teacher, in 2002, I was offered many incentives to work in high need schools. So I think we need to look at creatively at incentives, support that's needed, and also the impact that teachers can have not only in the school but the community. And then early learning, preschool education, I feel is critical for closing the achievement gap before a child gets to third grade, where the research shows that once those gaps are entrenched, it's difficult for them to climb out of. And I have a little note that I wanted to give you that talks about preschool education. I didn't know if it would come up, but I wanted to give it to you. So thank you.